Okay. Obviously, this is a video response to another video. Um, I have the link to the video down in the description of this one. The video is called "Making the Bus Monitor Cry." Okay, I found this video via Facebook, and a lot of people have been sharing it. And usually, when a lot of people share the same link to an article or a YouTube video, something's up, you know. Um, So I checked it out and I watched it, and it's about a 10-minute long video, yeah, 10 minutes and 9 seconds to be exact, of this bus full of, I guess, middle school kids and a woman named Karen, who is the bus monitor. And what's going on here is that these kids are giving this woman a hard time. They're harassing her. They're really harassing her. And as the video says, it eventually makes her cry. That's how bad these kids are doing this. They say the most brutal, vulgar, unacceptable, just horrible things to her. It's things that you shouldn't say to any person, much less an elder. You know, the way I was raised, you don't say that to an elder. You know, I've said some things to people I'm not particularly proud of, but I've never, ever, ever insulted an elder this way. It's a little thing called respect, and these kids don't have it for anybody, not for this woman and not for themselves. You know, they very much ganged up on this woman, and by the way she acts, she's completely defenseless. She reminds me of me when I was younger. I got treated the same way. I was bullied, I was harassed, but I was younger. I had no defense mechanism whatsoever. I just took it and I cried. And the bus was a place that happened a lot, and that's what it reminded me of. This woman, she looks like she's 60 or 70 years old. And I can totally relate to the way she's feeling because of her reaction. She's shocked. She's baffled that this crap is coming out of these kids' mouths. I'm not really sure who's to blame. Um, Obviously, the kids have some disciplinary issues going on, which you see in middle schoolers all the time. I'm guessing that they're middle school. I don't know that they actually are. By the behavior, I would certainly think so, especially because you don't hear anybody on the bus at any given moment, not even the bus driver. I'm not sure what's going on there. Um, but nobody steps in, nobody ends it, it's all these kids ganged up on this one woman. So it's my guess that they're middle schoolers. Anyway, uh, you know, there's probably some parenting issues going on. You know, I I feel like I and the crowd that I associate with, this would never happen. They wouldn't do that. I don't know if it's for a few years ahead of them. I don't know if I missed something. I don't know. I have a sister who just got into high school. She just finished her first year of high school. She's 4 or 5 years younger than I am. I forget. Um, and I hear some of the stuff that she tells me about with the people in her class, her graduating class, and I'm taken aback. I'm seriously stunned by how things have changed. I know that when I was in middle school and I was in high school, I heard things that didn't need to be said by people my age. I watched things happen that didn't need to be happening. You know, nobody's perfect. Kids are kids. Stuff happens. But these kids are just out of control. It's ridiculous. It's shameful. I'm ashamed to be anywhere close to the age that I am to them. You know, I can't really even bring myself to describe the amount of disgust and revolt I have for these kids. Not so much for the kids, for the way they handle themselves here. I can't. The video, if it means anything, which it probably doesn't, the video made me cry. It made me tear up. One, for the simple fact that there are two things that I can't really watch. I can't watch men cry, and I cannot watch elderly people cry. I can't do it. You know, seeing this woman cry because of the things that these kids were saying, the fact that what they were saying got to her that way, it's it's just not right. It's, I know this kind of stuff, it's going to happen. It'll always happen. Nothing can change it. You know, bullies are going to be out there. You see videos and flyers and commercials about stopping harassment and stopping bullying, and that's great, that's wonderful, that's fine, do what you can, but it's always going to be there. And I don't know. I wish, I feel like it's gone up a step. You hear every day about kids harassing and bullying other kids. Kids will be kids. Plain and simple. That's going to happen. Survival of the fittest, or whatever it is that's going on with the bullies. It's a power trip. They like the power. I learned that a lot later than I should have. It would have saved me a lot of trouble. But I feel like it's gone too far now. If we've got kids out there that are harassing elderly people, what is wrong with that? Like, what is wrong with you, kids? What? If you have to hurt somebody and personally attack them in numbers and make them feel the way this woman probably felt, if that's what you have to do for your own source of entertainment, you've got a problem that you've got to work on. That's all I can really say.